Good day, good people, and thank you for joining me for another video here on the SVG Tuts YouTube channel. I am Phaedra Dion, owner and lead educator here at SVG Tuts. Today, I want to talk to you about a mock-up service that I use called Placeit. It is a company owned by Envato, and it is a great resource for creating mockups for your SVG file. You'll find the link to placeit.net in the video description, and when you go to the home page, if you scroll down, you will see thousands of free templates just for you. So if you click on Start Creating for Free, then you can see all the templates that are available for free. If you decide to purchase it, you of course will have access to way more options. And the cost is $7.47 a month if you subscribe yearly. If you don't subscribe yearly, I think it's like $14 or $15. But of course, always start with the free and see if it's going to work for you. Now, I do have a subscription to Placeit already. So what I am going to do is I am going to show you some of the paid templates and some of the free templates. And I am going to use a cut file that I created in a previous video called Hustle Mode On. I actually created a video of how to create the Hustle Mode On cut file, and then I created a video on how to export that cut file from Cricut Design Space, which is where I created the cut file. And those are both linked below in the video description. So let's get started. Okay, I am going to X out of this page, and we will start with a free template. This is a video template, and this is a still template, both of which are free. So we're going to start with these two. All right, I'm going to click here on Insert Image, and I'll upload an image from my device. And it's this Hustle Mode On PNG, and I will move it up a bit, and then I'll click Crop. And in the preview, you can see where it's going to appear on the t-shirt, and I like that. Now notice here that I can add audio. I am not going to add audio because I'm actually not going to use this video. I am just showing you that there are mockups where you can add your cut files to videos. So if I click here on Play All Slides, it will start loading up the slide. And it can take a little bit. It says there are 9 users ahead of me. And while we wait for that to load up, I'm going to pause the video. You can see my SVG cut file in this video slide. So I'm done with this. Since I'm not going to save it, I'm just going to X out of it, and then I'll go to the next one. So here I'll go to Insert, and because I've already uploaded the image, I'll go here to Recently Uploaded, and you see it here. And so I'll click it, and I will just leave it as it is, and I'll click Crop. And I'll see where it's going to appear on the t-shirt. If I don't like its placement, I can always move it up. Okay, so I am okay with it being placed there. Now notice over here, there are more mockups, and it shows you your cut file in these different mockups. So please note that none of the mockups on the right are free. The one that we are working with is the free one. So if you're not going to subscribe, you will not be able to use these without paying. And you can pay per mockup. It's cheaper just to pay for the monthly or yearly, but you can just pay for one and not get a subscription. So let me show you what else you can do with this free mockup template. I can go over here and I can change the shirt color. So I'm going to click the down arrow and I'm going to choose gold. And gold is too dark for me, so let's try something lighter like this green. And unlike that, I can go here to custom color and I can put in, let's do a hex value for gold, FFCC00. And I'll hit enter and let's see how that looks. That is actually the same as the one here. It's a little brighter, but not by much. So I am just going to stick to white. And I can also change the background. I am going to choose a new background. Notice I can add a graphic and I can change the shirt color here also. So if you don't like the background that they provide, you can always change it. I actually like the background, so I'm going to X out of this and I'm going to keep this one. And then what I'm going to do is download this to my personal storage. I'm not going to do it now because it takes extra seconds to process it and then download it, but I can download it and put it in my personal storage. Let's move on to some paid options now. What I'm going to do is speed up the video as I place my cut file into these mockups. So now that my cut file has been placed on my mockups, I want to go back through and revise a few. I am happy with the placement of the hustle mode on cut file on this mockup, so I can just download it and I'll go to the next. I am happy with the placement of the cut file on this mockup, and I actually see another one that I like too. So I'll right click and open that up in a new tab, and I will also download this one and download this one, and then I'll go to the mouse pad. I'm good with the placement here. I like the fact that the word mode is under the mouse and not across the top of it. So I'll download that one, and then I'll go to the drinkware, and I'd like to move the cut file up just a little. So I'm going to go over here to resize and I'm going to move the cut file up, and then I'm going to crop. And I like that placement better for this one. So now that it's ready, I will go ahead and download it. Notice that my other cut files over here, my suggestions were updated as well, and the cut file was moved up just in case I want to use any of those. I don't. I'm good with this one. And then I'll go to the tank top, and I want to move the cut file up on her tank top. So I'll resize here and I will move it up and then crop. And I like it better there. I like that you can see the wrinkles, so it looks like it really is an authentic product. But I want her hand wraps to match the red in the hustle mode on cut files. So I'm going to come over here to hand wrap color, click the down arrow and click red. And now I have the red hand wraps. And now that that's done, I can download this one. And then we'll go to the t-shirt mockup, and I'd like this to be higher. So I'll go to resize and I will move it up and crop it. And I like that. That looks more natural with the wrinkles, with he has his hands behind his head. And you can see that the shirt is kind of crumpled right there. So I like that placement better. So I'll download this one, and then I'll go to my first one, which is now the last one to update, and I'll move this up. So I'll resize it and move it up. Now the reason this is called resize is because I can actually make this bigger because it's showing me the area where the cut file is going to show up, and I'll crop it. And I like that. I like that it looks more natural with the wrinkles in his shirt. I also want to change the background on this one. So I'm going to change the background from this mint green to this silver and or gray. And I like that much better. So now that this one is ready, I'll go ahead and download it. Now I have all of my mock-up ready to go. So here are all my files downloaded. And in my next video, I am going to show you how to quickly make these into a collage in Adobe Express. And I wanted to show you just a few more things before we close out here. I can add text to these mock-ups. Notice here, if I click on text, it'll show me the text, and I can move it up or down if I don't want it to be in the way of my cut file. Let's put it right here, and I will change this to always working hard. I can also change the font if I don't like the one that is selected for me. I can change the highlight color, so that changes the background. Maybe I want the red, just like I have here in hustle mode. I can also go here and I can resize, as you've seen me do before, but I can also replace this file. So I can click here on replace, and it's showing me what it's going to look like after it's replaced. Or I can remove this and start over. Now, you may have noticed when I did this first one here that was free that it says white woman wearing a crop top t-shirt. And you might wonder, like, why is it important that this is a white woman? Well, one of the cool things about Placeit is that they allow you to choose ethnicities. So if you want to be diverse, let's go to mockups and apparel and t-shirts, and you can change the ethnicity. So if you want to make sure that you show the rainbow, you can pick different models, not to be discriminatory, but to be inclusive, which I think is good. If I go up here to my name and go to edited, this is where I will find all my files. I can favorite mockups that I used often and use them again. I can make a copy, and I can replace the cut file and put her on her mug, holding the mug. So I can have different folders for different projects, and I can also share this. So there you have it. Using Placeit.net to make mockups for your SVG cut files so that you can show them off. If you have questions, leave me a comment. If you have comments, leave me a comment. If you need help, leave me a comment. And as always, I appreciate you watching.